I had a desire inside of me to come out completely, and I was also, because I was a former minister, and the family would probably were disappointed that I had left the ministry and demitted the ministry. I kind of wanted to say to them, look, my life is wild, free, and I'm a much better person than I was when I was in the ministry, a more complete person. And so I just said to the people, Mike Coleman was president, I believe, of the state organization and this local chapter. Okay. Yes, and so he had said that he wouldn't run again, and so what happened is I ran to be president. And my platform was, we're going to raise money and put up little billboards. So there was no question, you know. Right. I mean, how many times do you have somebody that wants to be president? Usually right. You're begging people to run. So that's how it all began. The fact was that I was seeing people that didn't feel as happy and as complete as I did. And I saw my friends, largely people who I admired, but who would never have thought it possible to tell anyone in the world that they were gay or lesbian. And so I ran because I didn't just want to make a statement to people in general, the heterosexual, but I wanted men and women who were gay to come out.
Yeah.
Because when you say on a billboard, someone you know is gay, maybe someone you love, you can't help but realize that somebody is also saying, so why don't you come out and make it easier for people to know who you are? And I had fine 16 years, I believe, when I was a minister. The last 6 were as a chaplain in the service. But I was a virgin and did not know anything about this. I did not know consciously of the conflicts that many gays and lesbians were going through. Right. I was to all intents and purposes, I was a heterosexual. I was a person that became a minister and did a good job, and was probably loved by a lot of people, but it was on an occasion when I was finishing 3 years as a chaplain at the base of Falsbourg in France. It was when I had a personal experience the like of which I never had in my life before, with a man that had come to our base to serve as the accompanist for a woman who was in her prime and had been she'd been an opera singer. Mm-hmm. And I had an experience with this man, and it was so striking and so uplifting that within a week I had decided to leave the ministry.
Wow. And
to begin a journey of finding out who the heck I really was.
Right.
And so after those 3 years, I came down to Richmond, Virginia. I was married for 10 years, again trying to be a heterosexual. Mm-hmm. And when that was obviously a failure, I insisted that we be divorced. Mm-hmm. And began the thankful process of being completely gay to myself and to my gay friends. Mm-hmm. At the time of the Billboard Project, that triggered my coming out in every way.
Right.
And I came out to my Democratic cohorts because I was active with people who were in the City Democratic Committee.
Right.
And the Christmas after the billboards came out, I was feeling very lonely. I was overjoyed, but it was difficult. No one that in the community of gays and lesbians that were supportive in many ways, almost none of them had come out as I'd hoped they would. So I felt very lonely, and I wrote all my relatives and came out to all of the relatives. And none of them wrote me back. And within a month, I was phoning every relative, said, "You got my letter," and forcing them to react. They cried and they were emotionally upset. But the years have seen a lot of peace come to my family, and I am in close terms with all my cousins, all the people who originally were probably horrified.